Hey everyone, this is a bit of a post-recording. The reason why it's post-recorded is that my microphone has an eclectic taste in working. And some days, it will decide at random to not tell me when it turns off. My bad, my microphone may be a product of Satan, so my apologies for that. Regardless, we're going through with Zelda. There is a little bit of a foul up at the end, but I'll point out when we get there. The reason why, even though we've already seen Zelda play, is because she's cool and I wanted to get the final character in this is the final run through of Adventure, I should add. This is the final time we see Adventure. So, say goodbye, everyone. We ain't gonna be seeing that really very useful yellow block again. I'm not sure some of the design choices, but hey, I'm not going to question it. When I was 16, I thought that the best thing in the world was a RPG game that I made as a project ending in my media class. We had to create something interesting that we thought was fascinating to do with media. I made a game, and by make, I say I found a bunch of textures and sprites on RPG Maker forums, used them, and then I did not claim I made them, but I did not claim I didn't, so I feel like a dick. That's my confession for the day. To the person who provided the sprites for my RPG Maker game at the final part of my media course, wherever you are, I hope you know how much you mean to me, because that got me a pass. So it was good. It all came up me in the end. So I appreciate that greatly, even though I have a very big suspicion you're probably not watching this. Regardless of that, we continue forward. Pokemon Stadium, level 5. The Breach. Or in this case, thrusting a high heel up into Mewtwo Schnoz. Which must hurt. He's got a large schnauz, so I would... You wouldn't say large, but it's like, I'm not sure whether to define a whole muzzle area as a nose or as a snout, how much of the nose comprises it, if you will. I'm not up to date on my physiology, is what I'm saying, and I'm clearly saying it to you now because you believe me, right? Please don't answer that question. Regardless of my worries and queries and beating up buzz bombers, because I'm pretty sure they break in Sonic, but here they just spin into some nether realm. They all get pulled through by Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. He just stabs them all with a giant thing, tugs them through, and then fatalities buzz bombers every day. You've got to have a hobby, even if it is a slightly morbid one. I'm not sure this is really a temple, more a collection of roofs with a sign, I should mention, while we were there. We weren't there long. We're never really there long. Nonetheless, we gotta beat our Master Hand, Crazy Hand, then get our rears handed to us, as I said, by our secret character, who I spent ages trying to figure out the pronunciation of, and to this day, probably don't have it. Used to call... I'll wait, but regardless, it took me a while to figure out Peach's like, that's a good move, me, to walk into the hand, go through the hand, and then beyond the hand. Truly, Smash has delivered new metaphors unto us, and we must delve further into understanding them. Or, maybe it's just damage percentages in this game are so out of whack and so odd and so strangely calculated that I'm pretty sure the barest flick of the breeze will knock you to about 300%, if done enough. But hey, what do I know, eh? What do I know? I do know that the angle of that stage, I'm not sure if that can be counted as 2.5D or just 2D tabletop-esque. I'm not sure where to go from there, but never mind, it's Naruto, or Naruto, or the kid with the blonde hair who beats us up. Like that. But don't worry, it doesn't last long. I pause, and then we're back. It never happened. What we saw never happened. Hey look, it's Naruto, that kid. I try it with Sheik, nearly lose it again. And again. However, I figure out that you just have to time it. You just have to time it right. And also, you have to kind of be lucky and get a heart container at random. Yeah, that's using the skill I have available to me. I'm a fan of items in Smash, but I know that with that heart container, it just turned up. So, it was doing it of its own volition. Nonetheless, we end the part here. This was me post-commentating of our delightful journey. And tune in next time, where we will be getting someone who may disappoint you more or less depending on your view of late Disney Pixar collaborative works and whether they mesh well with fighting games. That's not really a clue, it's more a choose your own adventure, figure it out sort of thing. You know, that sort of deal. Nonetheless, I was Olivia, this was Super Smash Flash, and we will probably do more, because that is the logical progression. Until next time, toodles.